Hello, everybody. What is going on? We are back with Zonebreakers Online number 19. Number 19. We made it through 19 of these. Dogi Sandwich here, joined by Coach. And we are going to bring you a special treat for Granblue Fantasy Bursary. First, Coach, how you doing this afternoon, man?
I'm doing all right. I'm in admiration of the competitors we have today. Who are really sticking through it, thick and thin.
I know, right, man? Everybody else is scared, didn't want to step up to the plate. So today, we are going to give you a special first to 10 bout. Can't call it an exhibition because there is still the match arena on the line. But we
Yep,
can
winner take
also
all. Yep, winner
two
take
fierce
all.
competitors trying to see
Yep,
who's
winner
going
take
to
all.
get all the good gold at the end of the day. In one corner, we've got Lupe's right-hand man, his homie Proteus, gonna be squared off against a fierce competitor, one who's taken a couple of Granblue titles, and pun and dump.
Yep, definitely. Both these players are what we call vets at this point. Very familiar with the ZB circuit here. So yeah, Zonebreakers Online 19, like you said, it's going to be a very special first to 10 bout. So we're gonna see Lancelot versus Andre, aka Uno. He just came out, so if you haven't seen much of him, I guess you're in for a treat. Maybe? Question mark?
I mean, if it's not working out with the Uno, we know that Pun's will play like any male character in this game.
Yeah, Uno is a interesting character. Has a parry where basically he can attack as soon as it's triggered, which lets him punish stuff that a lot of characters use can't punish on block. Yeah.
Right?
So just overall very rounded moveset out of him. So like ability to control space, move in, very very close to the mold of like someone like hmm,
The mold of doo doo
well, regardless of that, Proteus going in with the Lancelot, Andre from Pun, so Proteus starting out that rush down, gets the corner, typical Lancelot pressure.
Don't want to be sitting long range against this character. Like, even cited when Granblue itself as a defensive character, if Puns will ever get back to the suit, you'll see the prowess though. But looks like Proteus is doing a pretty good job sticking on top of him to start things off.
Yeah, well, let's get started. Finally, gonna see what Andre has. Gonna make a reversal, follow up from the I think the twirling spinning spears, whatever it's called, and off to the race.
Don't have a move names out yet. Which yeah, something to be mindful of. Install features. I was trying to think of the Easy Ori, the name of hers, but like there's a couple of characters that have something like that where like they can extend their pressure for forever with kind of an automatic bit that fires out or like a free bit that fires out. So that's something that is in Anu's moveset as well. Useful for Puns to get the first round.
That gets a punish with the 2A. Simple but effective.
Battle 2.
Already been making good use of the light. Saw him break out a little bit earlier with a 5A into a twirl just to get the space and get out of the corner in the beginning. Yeah, this is where the character really starts to shine. Like long range, having to deal with that spear.
Alright, well, Puz decided to try to move on in and got punished, and here we're back to the same situation in round 1. But hey, when in doubt, jump on out.
Right. Proteus just not able to hang on as long as the first round, and under assault got caught slapping buttons, red counter hit. Puns in again. Just a simple high low, got a hit, but didn't really believe in it. Way too deep.
Yeah, that I think that is the U follow up to that move. It looks like it got the punish message, so probably still doesn't have like the finer points of Andre where you're gonna be safe or not, and it's just trying things out.
on the H, getting a little too far, but was trying to press the button one more time. Maybe believe that Proteus didn't know what was going on. And, I mean, Proteus might not have knew it, but
I was gonna press my fastest button, and then we'll see how it works out.
hey, round three, succeed. Let's go.
So yeah, Proteus has consistently gotten to this point. It's just an inevitable point where Puns is like, I'm sick of this.
Yeah. Tried to find out what the button this time didn't work out so well. You just jumping back into the lock by Proteus. Double jumping overhead. I mean, that's how the move funk is. Proteus looking for the throw, but Puns only neutral jump, so doesn't get out of the corner this time. And is gonna fade in the corner as Proteus takes the first game.
Yeah, I was looking for something. Was using that upcharge reversal, which I think it has frame 1 armor. So I was trying to get something, but there was nothing there, and Proteus just dealt a killing blow. So that's the first, and it's first to 10.
They're gonna be here for the long haul.
Indeed.
He's safe. Leading the first base there, kind of a good starting, but Punch not giving up too much. Caught with a Rekka, but Proteus isn't ready to go all the way down the screen, so trading nickels and dimes at this point.
And like you mentioned, just using those lights to a lot of effectiveness in Proteus' pressure. Not letting any of those unsafe movements go.
I like the slide that Proteus doing that earlier. That's going to be really useful if Punch ever starts looking for the spear. Good to know that it goes under. And he's fishing for it again, but Punch going back and using that, I'm trying to think of a good word for it. It's the far 8. I don't want to go as far as to say compressed militant. That's a good word for it. It's like it's so useful. It's like the H that Bilal had when he first released, like long range, confirmable, or cancelable after he died. Confirmable. I don't know the character, but really useful neutral tool.
Forgive me.
Part of the kit that Punch needed to get the first round here in game 2. So more swirls and then back to the spear. The thing to know about the spear thrust is between the light and the medium. The light one is what you expect. It's like a long range poke. Both of them do have they have a command afterwards where you can press it, get it knocked out. Only comes out on hit. But the thing to be mindful of is the M1, which is slower, is plus. So it turns into like this mix. Well, not even a mix of it, but are you paying attention to which one he's throwing? Because there could be times when you're close and you're thinking you're gonna get a punish on the light one, but like you jammed with the mid and you're wondering why you're eating an H on recovery. And lo and behold, it was never your turn at all.
Proteus is trying to hang on through the onslaught of that install super. Now loaded up with resources. So, I mean, not that bad.
So I'm trying to correct this mistake real quick.
Hats off.
Swings with it again.
Pun's really trying to. Pun's really trying to enforce that lack of frame advantage.
Right.
It's like a little calm now.
No, it's just calm before the storm, man. You know what's coming. It's a cross up. But it gets the side switch. And it's really hard to spot a cross up on somebody in this game with ye old trusty block button.
Don't worry, you're not the only one. But alright, Pun's finally made it out of the corner, but a little repositioning off the wall. Proteus gets back, but he ends up going back to the screen. It's like Punch is trying to reestablish a little spacing, a little poke, and trying to be annoying. And good jump to call out that.
Crucial drop. Gives Proteus another chance. Only needs one solid hit to close this out. That's not going to get. There's been a couple of times that Proteus has been looking for the slide and got shut down by RNA's 5H. On Ray. I'll get the name right now. I can more, but I know I got to go between both of them. Ooh, okay. Ooh, it's a trap. I don't know what you were thinking. I mean, let's be real. It's just hoping that Punch was paying a little too much attention to the ground, but lo and behold, laying in wait,
Those blades
looking
have
for any
half the reach
unsuspecting
of my
prey.
spear.
As they say, he got those.
Believe in victory. Battle.
All right.
One.
So like we're seeing a little bit of establishment of Punch putting more and more stuff in this screen. Like ultimately, you know, Lancelot is making it in as is the nature of the character. But you're seeing more resistance, like you said, the far heavy and like the spear pokes and everything. But here we are again.
Yeah, there's no resistance right now. Resistance is looking kind of futile, as they say.
And we got a punish on that one.
Can we finish? This has been the name of ProteusXXI game in the first attempt so far. It's like, it's a nice lead over Punch, but just can't close it out. Empty jump low. Another look at this, and it's loaded with the Super Sabah, so empty low again, but doesn't get to confirm this time. Doesn't have an anti-air. Proteus tries to make a little room. He escapes out of the corner, and now this is ProteusXXI's game to lose. Hey!
Hats off to
Yo, the classic.
Battle 2. Engage.
The loaded gun of a 6.6C. Ready to pull the trigger.
Alright. Punch being a little more conservative after using that move on block. Trying not to get a cotton counter hit mania. They managed to make it out of the corner without losing a bunch of health, which is a difference to the pattern, but the old Proteus just knocks him right back in.
Confirm off the bicycle. A little sloppy there for the Oki, but still in an okay position, getting pushed out. There's no belief in the H, so going back to trading a little bit.
There's the fly, yep. called out the string with a parry. It's a punish.
No, you! You off with that gets denied. Yeah, Proteus fading back to the corner now. It's time for Punch to overextend a little too much. Wasn't ready for the escape. Proteus with another chance. Doesn't let him anti-air rip. And again, one of the things that's kind of plagued Proteus' game, like throughout Zonebreakers, throughout the characters between Lancelot and Zoe,
yourself over to
not really having anti-airs.
Yeah, like usually I will point out that Henri does have ways to like mess around, but even still, like, you know, Punch hasn't really presented any of Henri's trajectory or timing changes in the air.
Punch was trying to jump out of there, but got clipped in the air, and that might have worked out in Punch's favor. Proteus wasn't ready. Might have believed that it was a ground hit. While there's a little bit of a scramble, Proteus getting a little bit of stability, not so long though. Off the wall, clean escape.
Yep, pretty huge success rate with the off the wall. Just because both these players have the nature of just kind of pressing in really hard when they get the person in the corner, like so. So we've seen a lot of successful jump outs from both players.
You know, wise man once said, "I love this game. That's what's happening when they get over in the corner. Hit all the buttons, have all the fun."
Well, I don't know about all that. Because they made frame advantage a premium. Misses the timing for the parry.
Looking for a great ZB moment, but gonna have to save that for another day. Where are we at? 2-1? 2-1. That's what the scorecard said, so if the scorekeeper's wrong, that's what I'm putting this on.
Alright, so again, Lancelot in the corner. Use some throws, which we haven't seen too much of actually.
And I kind of don't blame Proteus for it. I do at the same time. I mean, me myself, I'm a proponent of throwing people to oblivion. But Proteus has found a decent amount of counter hits, so I don't blame him to keep the reel in the water. Case in point.
Yeah, Proteus is not very shy about going, you know, as deep as possible into the pressure strings. Even sometimes it means getting hit out with the lights, but for the most part, it's been working out.
Yeah, And you've seen the patience from Proteus too, allowing Punz to kind of hang himself in the corner with the neutral jump over the fireball, gets Punz out, back to mid-screen. Again, looking for the UO, but that gets denied. Proteus really aware of when Punz wants to go to the air for that. I wish he'd anti-air some other stuff. Ooh, okay, wait a minute. But shows don't reach though.
That Clash Mania out here.
Like the little metal reach don't succeed.
Pretty much like you said, it's a loaded gun. You don't know when it's gonna go off. Walking down the street minding your own business. Now there's a light in your face.
Nothing personal. Here Proteus again. Catching the dodge, I mean, that might have been a bunch after the dodge.
Sure. Alright, well, we got an anti-air. And Punz uses that as an opportunity to press out of the corner. And again.
I really think Punz is looking for the cross on the there.
Yep, let's try to press and Proteus teleports out of the corner back in his screen.
Haven't seen one of those in a while.
Yep, good back door in the corner, and now I was about to say Punz is taking a slower approach to just see what's going on, but Proteus got the one moment where them feet were available to split on out.
One of the rare times Proteus is on the back foot, getting chipped down, has to do something. Runs into the surprise of a pair.
Yep.
Guess who's there?
Battle 3, engage.
1-1. Around, trying to see if Proteus can get the third game. Punz looking for the equalizer. Punz desperately trying to get out of the corner. Ain't going nowhere.
Alright, uses his turn to press out.
Bro, big throw, 2 scoops. Hoping it would happen again, but Proteus ain't having none of that.
Get a last block confirmed. Oh, there we go. We got us a clean anti-air. Get a big reward behind it.
I kind of wonder if that was the entire intent. We'll
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it worked out perfectly, regardless. Oh,
okay.
There we go. That was clean.
That was.
That was clean. And that read made a lot of sense given how Punz has just kind of been holding up and trying to just jump around everything with Andre.
But I do
especially considering like the big confirmer earlier that we were talking about. It was the same scenario. So.
Victory. Battle
Proteus is woken ready at this point. Up 3-1. He's trying to get that Matcherino.
Punz in the corner. Part 6. Action. But hey, we back.
It's a pretty good series, you know?
Well, Punz seems to like it.
Oof, okay.
All right, well, I'm talking, but Punz is like, I like the other movie better.
Yeah. From downtown.
Just kind of carefully disengage Proteus, and this is like Proteus has noticed the start that Punz started to use like walk back away from out of the pressure instead of pushing the buttons, so we haven't seen an adjustment on that. But nonetheless, it don't really matter.
I think that's gonna get kind of scary though. Is, I want to say we saw Punz finally hit the Andre 2U, the old slide. That's a really good slide. So I get the feeling that the adaptation that's gonna come is like Proteus is gonna start seeing the walk back and start chasing it down and get tripped up by the slide. He's gonna get his slide devoured again. Jeez.
Forgive me.
Got a little too cheeky with the install still out.
I mean, I honestly don't even think that had anything to do with it. That's just the interaction that happened a few times where Proteus is looking for that spear right there, trying to slide under it, and the mix-up from Punz is, I'm just going to hit the H.
Fair enough. He's going back to some good old-fashioned zoning. Good old-fashioned play. Because usually at this point, Funds has decided that I'm jumping in.
Okay.
And so this extended session of space control is pretty rare for the sex.
Proteus over there looking like a Christmas.
He's gonna take bar H hits. So yeah, going to the the good old safe keep away, trying to contain rather than just rush down.
I'm actually kind of upset that Punch is running in there looking for the 2A, baby. Yo, play the long range game. Proteus don't know what to do about it. He ain't ever seen them.
Yeah, we got a huge life deficit, and there was a huge position advantage. And we're back at it again. Just got to kind of disengage a little bit. And now Proteus is trying to go in and use those smartly, using those fireballs to try to find a way in.
He's not going about it a great way, though, by, like, backing up to look for it. Like, and I understand why Proteus wants to back up, but it's one of those old fundamentals where you would probably rather make them force you out, meaning they have to do something and give you a chance to like jump and gain some space or roll against some space, rather than willingly back up and let Punch like reestablish where he wants to easier, or even step up and take free real estate.
Yeah, a lot of players do fall into that kind of pitfall where like I got to get in, but I can only get in on my own terms. I can't get in with the rough way, because sometimes even getting in on a trade might be beneficial to you. You can't just always come in 100% your own way.
That was looking good for Proteus until they ran into another counter. Punch back on the prowl again, waiting for a couple of buttons. Feeling kind of confident at this point. Maybe not too confident.
Kun's pressing something. You have to hit that fan for each one. So Fuzz will probably smashing that butt pretty hard.
Yeah, got the parry on the backside. Good tag. Returning a good punch. Proteus looking to dive in. Get the throw. One overhead, but Punch is still ready for it. There's no way Proteus is getting in here. That's get out of jail free for Punch. Late tag.
Surprisingly ready for it, but it's amazing little kicking for it. Probably had that buffer, but worked out perfect.
Battle 2.
Textbook whip punish right there. Rip Proteus' hands off. And that's kind of unfortunate. Like Proteus was running and looking to set up a frame trap right there, but didn't believe that Punch was going to be a little bit slow, so just let a counter hit go right there.
Just spaced out the 60 perfectly, then punish the slide. That's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah. Want a couple of 2Bs in there as well. Just make sure Proteus doesn't get a little bit too eager to get out of the corner. Proteus threads the needle. Back. Big back.
Safe jump. Now we just go back to bully mode. Got the counter hit. Wall bounce. All the makings of a nice juicy little corner combo.
Put all the combos on and everything. Set up season just right. Nope. Go.
All right. Proteus gonna try to put the containment on there, but hey, gonna reverse him on out of there.
Oh, we gonna run him out of there. That's even worse. Now you gotta deal with this, and he does. Yo, we in. Is that enough? Imagine, bro.
Don't got to. Here we are.
What kind of gun you think Proteus like? You think he's a revolver kind of guy?
I don't know.
A beacon swinger or something like that. He is a sharpshooter with that 660 around. The 660. Hey, gets back. Never left.
Never left.
Oh, that's good right there. It's kind of been time for that to happen, but Proteus is firing all cylinders.
And we got to jump out, which is kind of, at this point, kind of inevitable. That's a nice poker counter out the slide.
See if Punch can bring this back. Takes the counter hit. Confirms all the way down. Light spin still being plus if I'm actually, no, I want to say it's neutral because they want you to RPS. I remember looking at that, but I don't remember what it is. So I don't really remember.
Well, I guess even the parry, that ain't hard to RPS.
You're gonna have to do something because Proteus is in again. Caught a counter hit, but wasn't expecting it to be there. So Punch gets to step away, establish the space one more time, trading a couple of hits on block. Step in to cause a flinch and get another game. Proteus. Let me take this with the water.
Believe in victory.
Stay hydrated.
Battle 1. Engage.
I was gonna say Pun's about to get on the aggressive move, try not to get in the corner, but here we are.
Aggressively put his back on the wall. That's what I see. See Punch trying to fuzzy out of there.
Gotta endure the storm as best we can, but not looking good.
Not at all. Got a little respect. That happens so many times. It happens, I think, literally every time. Like, I don't think Proteus has been able to completely roll Punch in the corner just yet. One hit away from feeling it out. But after a late check, steps in, clips the ankle. And all things considered, that was a good round for Proteus.
Like the back throw was like the only really messed up there, but it took control back immediately.
On my watch.
And I really get the impression that Proteus is a big believer in the far-age anti-air. I saw him looking for it there, but there was no Punch there who was waiting a little bit longer in the air. Being in the air, Punch to jump out. Proteus, anything you can do, I can do better. Alright. And I felt like Proteus was kind of looking for that, which is why there was no aerial in there, but still, Punch able to find a way to get out of the corner.
There it is again. We've seen that interaction a lot of time in the set.
That could have been so much worse. I mean, I guess this is the worst thing that could have happened. Would have been a little bit sooner if there was a counter hit on the area with Punch able to beat this there, get his third, next round. We're not done. Where am I? My bad.
It happens. Shit happens. Here we go. Back to the record series. Smash it out, right back to the corner. Oh, that was from downtown.
Yeah. Little man got reached. Don't get it twisted.
Here we go again. Yeah, I feel like all fear from any reprisal from that move has been removed from Punch. It's just fully unlocked the power now.
Yeah. But I still applaud Proteus for still looking for the slide, because it's one of those things where he can't allow Punch to take that option away from him. It's so good. So they're just gonna have to roll the dice whenever that scenario comes up.
Indeed.
Proteus being a little weary of just kind of jumping away, but Punch coming down with a parry, getting a little bit of damage done.
And with no resistance coming from the ground, from the air assaults, it's definitely starting to add jump forward into the pressure.
That's a good jump by Punch. Had a response to Proteus walking up in his face. He throws the fireball, but doesn't get there in time to get a decent hit. Goes up again, and this should be it. Now, I don't know why we're sitting here in silence waiting for it. We know it's dead and gone.
Everything just one show. But yeah, it feels like Punch, like you mentioned earlier, this is not a lot of anti-air resistance. We're just seeing Punch just jump whenever.
Right.
Like, you know, Proteus goes for a pressure string and Punch just holds up forward.
Those blades.
Let me in!
Half the major marks here. But I do suspect you have a plan to close the gap, don't you?
So you're thinking Proteus lays off the buttons and hopes that Punch doesn't pick up on that and starts bull rushing him again?
I don't know. Let's see.
Believe in
Because
victory.
I feel like Punz has gotten real comfortable with the rhythm they've established on the ground. So it doesn't matter what Punz is gonna try to do to counteract that. Good start.
Air rhythm not looking so good because we're in the corner after missing a parry again.
But we've seen this story so many times, and we usually know how it ends.
Right.
And this time it's no different.
That time Proteus getting a little spooked because Punz couldn't jump clean over the corner. Two throws though. Proteus is back. A little bit of lead. Caught Punz in the air, but can't get the full string. So Punz able to get down, get his C out there. Now we're starting to get into the crunch. Both of them with the supers, but because Punz is a little bit lower, has the super sabah. Looking for it. No fiending out there. Finally got it.
On my clash there. That should be it.
Final piece. Behold the thousand spear born.
Big class payouts.
Mm-hmm.
The class master.
Battle 2. Engage.
Ooh. I was literally opening my mouth saying that was a good start for Punz. Proteus with the 1-up.
Yeah, that 6-6C is, I think, is really what is keeping Proteus afloat right now.
Yeah. The equalizer long range. Both of them backing a little too far away from Proteus' liking, so that gets aired out. And it's gonna be not in a strong place until it comes back. Anti-air, which could have been a lot worse. But off the sweep. Step up, late tech my Punz again. Ooh, that was a beefy ace.
Got Punz trying to move or do something, and he takes that to the round win.
Player 1. Battle 3. Engage.
1-up.
Ah, that was really clever. Using that fireball rhythm, getting Punz like established and looking forward. It just so it's not just 6-6C, but Proteus is doing a good job of establishing the tools around it to make it even more effective.
Right. And it's been mindful of the stage too, because I feel like it's been a while since Proteus has really gone like too close of a 6-6C. That's usually what happens. Like that's when Proteus is getting closer. That's where the 2Us come out. And I mean, sure, the 2Us haven't been like the greatest success stories for Proteus, but you know, it's part of the total package of everything to try to deal with on it. So I'm liking how Proteus is looking. Maybe put something right there. Or there.
Well, that teleport got Proteus out of the corner, so yeah, but we're back. Back mid-screen.
The problem is it doesn't get Punz off of him.
Until you can actually just like address the consistent jump-ins, is just gonna be a really hard struggle.
Right. That's what it's looking. I feel like I want to say that's 3 for 3. I might have missed it. Ooh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. No, we're actually getting down to crunch time. 10 seconds left on the clock.
Uh-oh. Proteus flinched and then tried to close it out with the teleport.
See the flashing lights at the top. Everybody starts panicking and just throws the Hail Mary of the teleport.
Those blades
But ain't nobody out there got the hands to pull it.
Battle 1. Engage.
Alright, Punz goes ahead and evens up the score there. Still presenting that slide. Still rotating those options fairly well.
I'd like to take a moment and pay respect to one of the endangered species in this match, raw anti-air that Punz has.
Yeah, Punz has been, I guess, the most solid in that regard.
He's hitting them and Proteus is not. There's
Yeah.
no contest.
Yeah. You're right.
I feel like Proteus has hit 3 anti-airs this entire set. And 2 of them were air throws.
Yeah.
Punz over there once he's able to flag Proteus down, he's able to make short work of him.
Engage.
Trying to check with that slide. All right, corner again. Let's see what we got with it this time. Ooh. Yeah, Puns just likes moving and swinging after the throw tech, and I feel like Proteus has been generally has a generally good win rate there.
All right. Now to see if we can get another shove. Didn't have a direct anti-air, but just taking a couple of laps around. Proteus able to get out. So that's working one more time. Doesn't find a mark with the 660, so gonna be really hard to get through the defenses of Puns at this point. But they're able to step up and make a little bit of contact and force some blocks out.
Yeah, there's a certain range. Like once Zonebreakers gets close enough, that trade is it's just gonna go through the fireball and then follow through.
Right. 660 a little too deep, but Puns wasn't ready for that. So only just left on the wrist with a 2A.
So there is kind of a hidden cost where Proteus is kind of like anchored down because there's so much reliance on that move once the EX comes out.
Yeah.
And once it sits on cooldown, it's just like you have a predetermined time where Puns is usually just gonna get away with a lot of stuff.
Trying to get away with a lot more with only 5 seconds left on the clock, and Puns is trying to close this one out. Proteus, try as he might, and I mean that was a good try because the damage had to be done. Like you had to close the round out in 3 seconds or so.
Yeah, there was not a lot of options for Lancelot there.
To protect king and country.
Pray. Maybe
Those blades
I don't know. There's a lot of wacky powers in Granblue. Maybe you could have like some kind of hourglass to stop time. You know, maybe one of those exists.
Well, I don't like it's gonna exist for this set as Puns pulls ahead.
First time Puns has been up. Puns has been looking up in this round right now, getting knocked around in the corner.
Are we about to see the jump out? That's the question.
Trying it. Saw a little bit of a fuzzy attempt there. Tried it again.
Tried to parry. So this might be the first round of Proteus closes out the corner.
Yo!
It is. We made it.
Hats off to you.
Just took. There's a few shaky moments there, but Proteus held strong and closed that out pretty effectively.
My God, he's done it, go!
I was gonna say Puns is gonna take their turn, but nah, Proteus is like, nah, this corner that is your domain.
Proteus is trying to shove Puns into the corner. Doing a very good job this time. Yo, what if he gets 2? No, never mind. Nope, never mind. There's an ace there.
And it's usually almost inevitable where it's just the point where Proteus is trying to reestablish pressure with a run up, like a run up 2A or a run up throw.
Why? We haven't mentioned that one. That's hitting the thorn in Proteus' side so far. The reason why he's in a bit of a deficit, but finds a counter hit. But didn't believe. He's looking for a parry or something. Lets Puns up, and not for too long. Trying to shove back over into the corner. But again, up forward. Our favorite friend.
All right. Proteus manages to snag it at the end.
Had all the time to see Puns trying to take a play out of Proteus' playbook with the slide. Far too deep for Proteus' liking.
Those blades have half the reach.
Believe in
Here
victory.
we are, tied up 5 apiece in this first and 10.
Yeah, it's a pretty dramatic showing there. Because like even though we have Proteus who hasn't really addressed the jump ins, we also have Puns who usually immediately getting put into the corner. And so like both these players are working with kind of detriments, but also good advantages on their hand as well. So they neither one of them really can just run off with it.
Punch is trying to run out of the corner. Gets tagged one more time. Six from coast to coast. Kick throw from Proteus. Hitting low. I feel like it was looking kind of scary because, like, with the low right there, that should have been the end of it. Proteus not having a low quality hit. Still able to hold on. Hey, gotta keep it out. You know, you can't scam it like that. You gotta make it like a steak dinner. That's what I'm doing.
Gotta have it on occasion. Yeah, you can't wear it out. All right, so we got the parry reversal. Puns is out of there. And now 660 is off the table, but Proteus still finds that shot with the 2A there.
Punch on the other side, getting the throw. Couple kicks to the A, jumps over the fireball. Still all up in Proteus' drill. Chipping away at him too. Chip is a real thing at this point.
Yeah.
It's on Punch's mind. Doesn't even need it though. Catches Proteus with the hands on the button. Counter hit to A.
Proteus wanted out, and all they did was get out to the next round.
Yeah. Got out in the coffin. Proteus in with another counter hit. Good way to start the round, but Punch answering back. Not a counter hit with as much merit, but one nonetheless. Counter back, that was a punish too. Has some landing recovery.
You got the parry and the punish.
Fine technique.
I don't know why I probably said this so many times about Pun's game, but here's punish right there. Just had some different weight. I can't unhear that now. the punish.
Dude, spacing out that 660. I don't know, inadvertently or purposely, but nonetheless, we're starting to see it whiff more.
I get the impression that Punch is really looking for that, because like, it's one thing that Punch has been like walking back like, in one of the early adaptations, but I feel like earlier it was like walking back because Proteus was allowing it, and now it's walking back with an intent. But wait a minute.
All right.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, we going back. We going back to Kid. Like Punch has had enough. Now that Proteus pulled the head 6-5.
We have reached the summit of the hill, and now it is time to roll back down to ground level. Who do we have here on this wild ride of a first to 10?
Lancelot versus Soriz.
All right, we're going with Soriz. Okay. I'm trying to think how this is gonna play out differently for Puns, but I guess we'll see. Because I actually don't think Andre was all that bad. Just a few consistency issues with confirms and whatnot.
I'm trying to think of how far this is gonna go before Punch gets to the end of the line. You know Punch is gonna get to the end of the line. From what little bit I know of him, I wouldn't be surprised if he's one of those people where he understands that he needs to win 5 games at this point, right? And for all things considered, I wouldn't put it past him to try to see if he can get any free game before getting down to the last one and saying, all right, I'll take all 5 with my name. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Maybe Soriz can do it. This isn't the first time we've seen him play Soriz, in fact. I want to say Soriz is the second most played character we've seen out of Punch.
Well, doing all right so far.
Oh yeah, so he's doing the Soriz thing. When you get in there, you punch people in the face, kick them a couple times, and leave them floored.
Counter hit. Yeah, I mean, Puns ain't worried about really any throws or anything, just kind of taking it easy, but the pressure's starting to gradually increase.
Yeah, but when in doubt, up forward it out. A couple of jumps, just throwing Proteus clean off his rhythm. And Puns taking the first round with the Soriz.
Battle
know.
2, engage.
Where's the Superman? That was the real plan with me. I got sick and tired of 66 seasons. Like, let me do this. Proteus again.
Too deep on that one. Way too deep, actually.
There goes Proteus again. Oof. There's been a couple of times where Proteus is going for the multi-punches, right? And Proteus is just like really eager to put a button on it afterwards, just ready for the follow-up. Big flex. big flex. Woo!
Finally gets that life lead.
Man. Right hand of Saurus. Looking crisp.
I was about to say, is that a punish on the slide? But it wasn't. But whatever Proteus didn't quite pan out.
Blocking a jump in was not involved in this. That's all that needs to be said at the end of the day.
Believe in victory.
Saurus puts one on the board. 6-6.
Man.
Got a little too cheeky with the rush punch there.
Yo, getting up to do another one. Give me a second.
Here come the flex. Oh, actually, the actual classic. You just jump out of it.
The greatest universal mechanic that Punch can be using in his first attempt. Up forward.
Yeah. Luckily, all the characters have it.
Yeah. Probably could pick Lyria and make it work too.
Alright, nice counter hit for Fern.
Proteus with an air to air. Not the cleanest one. Touch comes off at the pass with the 60 feet. Good look for Proteus. Able to slide in and get it around. Now, can he get a second? That's the big one.
2, engage.
Probably gonna be looking for it.
Oh, no, draw part.
Just trying to see how ready Punz is.
Didn't use music for it, so it's still there. Proteus needs it.
Nice slide.
Surprise. Catching Punch trying to walk away and presumably walk clean out of 60 feet. Here's Proteus. Trying to get another one of these coast-to-coast rounds. I mean, didn't get all the points because Punch got out of one corner, but will look pretty impressive. Well,
Didn't even let you finish your sentence.
no, and I was so waiting for Punch to pick that up. That would have been disgusting. Breaking the momentum one more time. Paying respect to the fact that Proteus can go off the wall. Big flex. Yo! Whoa.
Didn't get the follow up.
Really believe that Proteus knew what was going on to press a button, man. That almost took Punch out of this game, but there's still a pixel and a prayer.
Finish.
And was looking for the button one more time. Proteus didn't bite, holds on, and gets the 7th game up 7-6.
Got to take one game ahead.
Believe in victory.
Are we gonna roll back in there with Saurus?
Engage.
Oh, yeah.
Might have made the call on that one.
I was thinking there might be a couple other characters afterwards, but again, like, it's not like Saurus is a slouch.
Yeah.
Pretty good look to change up the pace of the latter portion. I caught tapping on the button. Could have been a lot worse, but any damage is good damage, especially when you're gonna have to survive. 2 scoops, big button.
All right, taking back that lead with authority.
Oh yeah.
Punz has actually been doing a pretty good job of not getting hit by the reversals. Like, in fact, I don't know if a single one has landed.
Well, the other thing you have to consider is, like, what is Lancelot really going to do? I mean, yeah, there's teleports out, right? There's enough times where if you're not making a big commitment, like you can press a button into that and it's still tucking, right?
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, so the main thing you would be looking for is if he has super spot and wants to throw it, and I mean, there's this bright blue bar that says probably shouldn't do anything crazy.
Very fair. And
don't even get a chance to see it.
7-7. Fun's keeping it close.
As we are here in the 7th inning, lucky 7.
I'll try not to touch that face.
Trying to see who gets the last 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna somehow roll that out to be even bigger, but I started talking.
Believe in victory.
7-7. Here we go.
Engage.
On still really thinks he's gonna get one over on Proteus in the beginning. Proteus 6-6 started. Woo!
Doing a lot of work, a lot of payoff.
And that's something to keep in mind right there. A little bit of an Achilles heel for Punch's idea of using the rush punches is the fact that it doesn't have an active hitbox as it's traveling. It has to like get there and then break or stand, however you want to word. Whereas Lancelot 6-6E, it's there. It's always down for the cause.
Yeah. I think it's gonna go in the install, and we get the big counter hit.
Proteus has to be a little upset after that. After weaseling out of the corner, but gets a chance to pick up 6-6, and that's gonna be it.
One more.
That almost blew up in Proteus' face, because like there was a couple of times that Proteus was jumping back in the corner, faking the wall dive or the wall jump, and the punch bit. But as soon as Proteus gets out, I think it was 2C, install, big counters. And it was looking kind of rocky for Proteus, but was able to survive. Here we are in round 2.
Gets those ankles. Oh, and again, maybe that was not the intention, but it worked out beautifully, catching that neutral jump and getting Proteus a big conversion.
Right. Oh, really? I wasn't a believer that Proteus would go all the way down the record screen, but still on the good spot. Just install again. We've seen that look before. Doesn't get the flurry punches after.
Giving Proteus a chance to teleport on out of there.
Wasn't deep enough for the JA. No real harm just yet. Everyone's getting locked up. Proteus breaks out.
Alright. Oh no.
The fear. Lost in the sauce. What is going on?
Yeah, we saw about 2 or 3 of them dodges. I'm just like imagining just a button. But get stuff from Proteus to close it out. Oh man.
One of those crazy dreams where you get woken up abruptly as you're like falling off a cliff or something like that. That's what just happened to Proteus.
Just see Sora's look lining up the punch, and it wakes up in a cold sweat.
Lancelot versus Lewayne.
Here he comes to save the day.
Oh boy, here we go. Gonna bring out the crew.
Squad!
I got 3 boys, and we got 3 wins to get.
3 boys and a girl.
Oh yeah, we do got Yggdrasil there, waiting in the wings when things get fishy.
Can't ever forget about Biggie Iggy. Yeah, I feel like a lot of the weight of this match is really going to be carried on the shoulders of Sammy and Tommy, quite literally, with some solid human pyramid playing.
Yeah, bringing out old familiar Catbot to lay down the pressure.
Proteus is still here, staying front side, and Pump is trying to block that manually, taking a little bit of the walk of shame into it. Oh, wait a second. Slide again.
Actually punishes the 660.
Just into the corner. Wait a minute.
And here we go. Yeah, you got a little too too into that because you knew it was coming. All right, manages to make it out. Okay. Still got the life lead. Nothing going on.
Has to work in it. Very unsuccessful. No, there's no meter. I was scared for a second. I was like, wait a minute. Slide? Yeah, I'll slide.
Yeah, Pun's got a big opportunity there by punishing the slide, but lets it go. So hopefully there's no regret behind that one. Ooh,
No, you!
Battle 2. Engage.
Come on in.
All right. Yeah, plus I'm just gonna press in and see what you do about this.
Come on.
6-6B out of there. Finding a slide, knocking Proteus to the deck. Good tech control, early tech too.
Oh, go down. Yeah.
And that's the second time that Punch is going for the counter. Like, this shows it very early in the round. Proteus isn't ready for the first one. He's like trying to ride the waves a little too hard. Late tech 2A, okay. That's how you feel about it.
Oh, gets hit by the Catbot, but we don't get the conversion. You don't have the hit quality there.
Yo, yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, we made it? Nah, we didn't.
Trying to hang with the boys, but they don't want to lose like landslide around in the crew.
Check it out.
Those stare downs mean so much, knowing that somebody's gonna get swept off the feet. Case of point, yo.
You shall provide.
Enemy is the gate down there.
And Proteus with no fear swings on out of there successfully.
That's really hard. Get another counter hit. This time closes up the record. And there's the case. Probably had that loaded all through the stream.
Backs up, try to set the tone, but don't really get anything from it.
I like. Oh, wait a minute, yo! Did you see that 2-8?
I did.
And Proteus saw the hit from the EX ice spike and tried to dash in, couldn't get far enough because
Proteus
has to deal with it. Well, yeah, I was in the middle of something.
Yeah, I was gonna say something got convinced there, but this actually could be pretty dangerous. But it's like he made it.
He wants the party. Didn't get it, but still got a hit nonetheless. And caught the button on the way up. Proteus.
Better luck next time, bro.
Wait a minute.
One game away from that sweet Maturino pot.
Just might make it.
Come on.
Wait.
Trying to show why it's a little harder to contain Lancelot with Catbot and the boys. But nonetheless, he's still working out.
Ooh, pretty good display right there. Using the teleport to get out of all of that nonsense. There's no telling what side that was going to hit on. Block button might not have saved that.
Slide.
Everybody can take a seat on the wood game here for this. That would have been sick, but yeah,
I thought it was coming too. But we get the overhead and big life lead. Catbot locked down in the corner, but still manages to swing out there just so brave.
But at the end of the day, Punch casually strolling under, crushed under 5A, getting the first round, trying to hold on, trying to keep the match point off the table. Ready for it? Reserve.
Good stuff from Puns. Pressing in like usual.
Luigi. Watch out. That thing. Didn't even really want the counter hit, but still found it nonetheless. Shoves Proteus into the corner, and here is the human period one more time. I believe that's the first time he went low.
Yeah, I believe so. And it gets a little nice little hit as a souvenir. So Proteus is on the down and out, and then swings into the parry.
And with everything that's happened since the switch to the low lane, like, you just had to have an idea that parry was going to come and Proteus was going to swing it. It's like the first break, the silver lining in the round, and I finally get to play the game, and nah, bro. Shut it down.
Nice.
Trade? Oh, wait. That actually worked. Is that the new plan for Puns? Just to walk away from the record that could really throw a wrench in the Proteus' plan.
Back when we saw that back in the Henri set, and it never really was addressed. I think it got split 1 or 2 times, but generally wasn't generally check. Well, this is the actual conversion. He gets the punish. Just gonna press in, see if you can deal with this. Oh yeah, swung into it. It was a victim of the armor.
Yeah. Couple of nice moves from Proteus, but not enough to really get away from the pyramid. As one seals the door, shuts the door, seals the deal. One of them. He gets the round.
Counter hit. I don't think we really seen much of that actually.
You could tell me that was the first counter hit you owe, and I'd believe it.
Oh, with parry Proteus off.
Okay, that was a short 5A for a second. I really wanted to believe that Lancelot just ducked a button. I was going to have some questions. That's 100. Good idea from you.
That was an interesting interaction.
Yeah, is that enough?
Not quite
strong enough.
Tries to get a little grub, but you had to know this was coming before you committed to that.
I wonder if that was really the intent or just like missed his input and got fortunate that there was another up there.
Yeah, I believe that actually that probably was it, but
hey,
come from downtown. All right, so that's a set point for Proteus. I'll seal the match.
Set point, match point, tournament point, whatever you want. Matcherino point.
Matcherino point. Let's go with that one.
Matcherino point. Let's go.
Slides out of the corner. Catbot still there. Or she's there now.
Everything that Punch needs to keep Proteus moving too far out of the corner. 2A. The crazy leg. And I wouldn't be surprised if Punch had an idea that the wall jump was coming, but just didn't want to commit to running so scared that Proteus was taking it, but still able to get Proteus on the other side. Reset pyramid.
One of the Punch classics right there.
How do you get away from this? Block it out.
But hey, it's always waiting there. Waiting. Lurking in the abyss.
That still feels so trash.
So close to taking it off, but now both players 9-9. So we're literally down to the wire on this. They decided to take as many games as possible.
Big counter hit, but Proteus wasn't really thinking about it. Punch with another counter hit, air-to-air counter hit. Had a nice confirm from him too. Kick throw with the catbot one more time. Try to look for the entry jump low, but didn't really sell it too well. Counter.
Yeah, Pun's is kind of going wild in this corner. We got the reset, we got the cat pod. Everything's looking real nice here.
Huns is back.
Mm-hmm. That was just beautiful Wayne play. I can't really call it anything else.
Wayne.
Come on in.
And with that, Huns is on Maturino point. Staying out of 60 range, so has a little more liberty to move around if he gets back to his feet, which I mean, that's really easy.
Right? Perry finds his mark once again. One of the linchpins of Pun's game plan here, getting him out of a lot of sticky situations. Ooh, good whip punishment sweep as well.
Alright, hit the jack. Punch to the super zone, nice slide. Walled off for a second. So both of them getting a little crazy. 30-50 top hitting button. Flash up with the belly flash. And I want to believe that was supposed to be a reset into the pyramid. A little bit input error, have to look at the It doesn't matter too much because the pyramid is still there to seal the deal for Puns.
To the newest member of the
And that's it. Puns brings it back. 10-9. Had to go through 3 characters, but we made it. And our Maturino winner.
Hey.
Very close contested set. Good matches from both players. So like this, you know, it may not have been a big tournament, but they still came to play and to compete. So hats off to them both.
Might not have been a big tournament. That was the big tournament. What are you talking about?
Fair enough.
Cut out all the fillers.
Oh man.
Well, with that being said, that is going to be it for Granblue today.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like we got a bit of a lengthy break before we get to BB Tag. So a lot of time to make sure everything is in order, get a nice snack or even dinner if you wanted at this point. Why am I being pinged? Do I need to? Oh. Ooh.
All right.
I really want to do that right now.
So Granblue is gonna go out with a bang with our first to 10 set, and our next Zonebreakers online will feature Tekken 7 instead of Granblue Fantasy Versus.
Nah. Hey. Goodbye. So you know what this means, right?
What's that mean?
Puns gets to take the championship belt, hang it up on the wall, and never has to defend the title again.
Went out on top, the literal top. Oh, good stuff for Puds. So if you've been paying that electric bill, go ahead and sign up for Tekken 7 if you're interested in that for next Zonebreakers. But like Dogi Salmon said, we're gonna have Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle coming to you at 6 p.m. Eastern. So if you're interested in that, stick around. But you gotta feel the time to take a break and do what you gotta do. But looks like it might be a rotation though between Tekken 7 and Granblue. We'll see. But for now, just know that it's gonna be Tekken next time.
Dang. Step into the third dimension.
Indeed.
Yeah. You got anything else you want to add?
Nah. So see ya for Blaze Blue.
Bye.
Tag battle later.